Okay, I just wanted to post a quick video trying to demonstrate the problem that some students have working with the final problem in the homework. So I'm going to go ahead and launch the Chapter 1 homework here. I hope this quick video will help y'all out in working with this problem. I realize it's tough to work with on a computer screen, but believe me, the rest of the problems are not this difficult the rest of the course. Alright, so I'm going to start the assignment, and I'm going to click on problem 1-4B. Wait on this thing to get loaded up here. Okay, so when you're working these problems online, the first thing you can do to help yourself out is you can minimize the list of problems over here on the left. You can click this little arrow, and that'll give you more screen room to work with. Okay, so all these items up here are your, this is, here's your instructions. You can click on this to pop open your labels and amount descriptions. So these are the items you need to type in exactly that the homework is looking for. And now we can go ahead and load up the accounting equation grid. And I'm going to stack all these windows on top of each other using this icon right here. Alright, so I click right there. Alright, so our instructions say, April 1, 2016, Maria Adams established Custom Realty. Maria completed the following transactions during the month of April. Alright, so transaction A, we opened a business bank account with a deposit of $24,000 from her personal funds. Alright, so we need to record transaction A just like we did in the demonstration video. You look right here, it says indicate the effect of each transaction and the balances after each transaction using the following headings below. Alright, so here are all of our accounts right here that we need to be using in the chart. So what and it tells us in the instructions right here, in each row you must indicate a plus or minus in columns affected by the transaction. You will not need to enter signs in the balance rows. Entries of 0 are not required. Okay, so having said all that, let's see if we can record this first transaction, which says she opened a business bank account by depositing $24,000 from her personal funds. Alright, so I'm going to come down here to the equation grid. Now the problem with this thing is you can't see the entire chart unless you scroll all the way to the bottom, and then you have to come over here and scroll over to see the rest of the chart. So you have to kind of scroll back and forth here, and I know it's hard to see. I don't know why it's set up like this, but alright, so the first transaction, so she deposited 24,000 cash, I believe. So let's go ahead and double check that and make sure. 24,000 cash. So what that is that is a plus 24,000 to the cash account. And then we got to figure out what's the other side of this that's affected. And so that's also going to be a plus 24,000 increase to her capital account, which is right here. Okay, so I'm going to type a plus and then move over here to this box and type 24,000, and we're done. That is transaction A. Alright, let's do transaction B. Now you don't have to do anything else for any of these other columns that aren't affected. Alright, so let's look at transaction B. She paid rent on office and equipment for the month, $3,600. Alright, so the two accounts affected, it's going to be cash. Cash is going down. The other account that's affected is going to be rent expense. Anytime you're paying rent on something that you're renting, office space, equipment, whatever, that is rent expense. So, and it's $3,600. So let's record that. So transaction B, I'm going to come down here to this this row that says transaction B. Make sure y'all can see it. We'll scroll back over. Alright, transaction B, row B. what's happening to cash is it's going down. So I'm going to insert a minus before this box in the cash column. And I'm going to say minus $3,600. I think that was right. 3,600. Let's double check. Yeah, 3,600. All right. So the other side of this is rent expense, and it's that account. We actually need to put a minus in that account. So I'm going to come over here to this, and again, you can't see that this is row B, and I know that's a nuisance. You have to kind of keep up with where you are in this thing, and again, I don't know why they didn't create this thing to where you could see all the letters down the side when you scroll over. So, you know, it involves just some, you know, scrolling around, messing around with it, make sure you got it right. So I'm going to type in a minus 3,600 right there. Okay. So again, the accounting equation always has to balance. So we have a minus 3,600 over here. You've got to have a minus 3,600 on the right side of this equation also. All right, now what we need to do after that is we need to rebalance. You know, they want you to rebalance your account totals after each new transaction, okay? So the balance in the cash account, you know, we started with 24,000, and then we subtracted 3,600 in transaction B. All right, so you take 24,000 and you deduct 3,600 from it, and that leaves you with an account balance of $20,400. All right, I'm going to come over here, our capital account. We only have one transaction so far, so the balance in the capital account is 24,000. And I'm going to scroll over here and rebalance. Again, you rebalance all the accounts after you enter the transaction. Here, and look, they've already got the minus inserted for you right there for your balance row. So I'm going to type in 3,600 right there. And that's it. I'm going to check my work, make sure I got this part of it right, A and B, and the balance. Check my work. And we got it right. So the green check marks show you that you're doing it correctly up to that point. And I'm going to scroll back over, make sure I've got green check marks everywhere else. And there we go. And you just rinse and repeat that all the way down. Once you have your account totals, and then then part B of your instructions, say after you complete this chart, then you're going to prepare your set of financial statements. I would recommend maybe just putting this chart down on paper as you work it. That way you can see it all in front of you, and it will make it easier to prepare these financial statements. So again, I know this problem is tricky. Don't get frustrated with it, please. I promise you the remainder of the problems throughout the course are much, much easier to work in Cengage. I hope this video helps. Let me know if you have questions.